You are only really happy when you are living in complete harmony on the outside with your values on the inside. You only perform at your best when your behaviors are congruent with what you believe to be the most valuable principles. On the other hand, stress and tension arise when what you are doing on the outside, your activities and behaviors, are incongruent or out of alignment with what you truly believe on the inside. The best companies recognize that people cannot be motivated to perform tasks or work for an organization whose values are not in harmony with their own. The structure of personality. Imagine that your personality is made up of concentric circles, like a dartboard, beginning with your core values. Your values, in turn, determine the second circle, your beliefs about yourself and about reality. You always see your world through the screen of your beliefs, whether valid or invalid, self-limiting or unlimited. To put it another way, you see the world not as it is, but as you are. As William James of Harvard University once said, beliefs create the actual fact. The third level of your personality, the third concentric circle, is your expectations. Just as your values determine your beliefs determine your expectations about yourself, other people, and the world around you. Your expectations become your own self-fulfilling prophecies. Your expectations of others have an inordinate impact on how they behave, especially your expectations of your children, your spouse, and your employees. Your expectations of yourself, whether positive or negative, largely determine how you perform and behave. Your attitude determines your personality. Your values, beliefs, and expectations in turn determine your attitudes and the way you approach your world. If you have good values, positive beliefs, and confident expectations, you will have a positive, optimistic attitude toward yourself and the world around you. The fifth concentric circle is your behaviors. These behaviors are determined by a combination of your values, your beliefs, your expectations, and your attitudes. Action is everything. It is not what a person says, or wishes, or hopes, or intends that explains who they are inside. It is only the actions that they take that matter, and especially the actions that they take under pressure, when they are forced to choose between one action and another, between one value and a conflicting value. Why is this discussion of values so important? The reason is that your values are almost a part of your DNA. They are programmed into you at a deep unconscious level. They determine your attitude and your behavior, and they seldom change throughout life. The very best companies and managers manage by values. They're very clear about their values and how those values are expressed in the actions and behaviors of the people in their business. They hire as much for character, for a commitment to particular values, as they do for competence and ability. People are happiest working for an organization that stands for and practices the values that they personally hold most dear. Values are everything. One of my client companies, which started as an idea and became a national success, began its life with the senior people sitting down and determining the 5 values that they would use to govern all of their behaviors and the behaviors of everyone who worked in the organization. They then defined exactly how they would practice these values in all of their business and personal activities. From then on, whenever they had to make a decision of any kind, they would take out a list of their 5 values and how those values were to be expressed, and they'd discuss whether the decision was in complete harmony with these guiding principles. When I worked with this company and attended its annual meeting, I was amazed at how positive, confident, and outgoing the hundreds of people working for the company actually were. They were happy, enthusiastic, and totally committed to the success of the business. The Fortunate 500. When Ken Blanchard and Norman Vincent Peale elaborated on the Fortune 500 in their book, The Power of Ethical Management, they discovered that the top 20% of businesses in each industry, defined by consistently higher levels of profitability, sometimes 10 and 20 times the average in the industry, were all characterized as having clear written values that everyone knew, believed in, and lived by. The other companies in the same industries all claimed to have values. These values, however,